Hello, good afternoon. So, in this lecture, we will be studying the assignment of interprocess communication using shared memory. So, previously we have studied the interprocess communication using pipes and the FIFO pipes that is named and unnamed pipes. Now, in this lecture, we will be studying how the processes communicates with each other using the shared memory. So, interprocess communication through shared memory is a concept where two or more processes can access the common memory. So, this is implemented by having a common memory, and this common memory will be accessed by both the processes which wants to communicate. And communication is done via the shared memory where changes made by one process can be viewed by the another process. So, in this shared memory, there is one common memory. Okay, and this common memory is accessible to the process 1 or any process that wants to communicate with the other process. Let us say there are two processes which wants to communicate with each other, P1 and P2. Okay, and they will both have the access to this common part of the memory. Okay, so one of the process, for example, P1 will write a data, let us say it has written a data as A. Then P2 will try to read a data from this common memory because it is accessible to both the processes. Now, whatever the message that P1 wants to communicate to P2, it will write in this common memory and P2 will read it. Or if P2 wants to communicate some message to P1, it will write it into a memory and P1 will read it. So, like this, the two processes communicates with each other. The problem with the pipes and FIFO and message queue is that two processes who wants to exchange the information or wants to communicate with each other will have to go through the kernel. And this will slow down the execution of the processor. So that's why the shared memory is efficient way of communicating with each other. So for communication, we will require to use some library functions from C programming. So these library functions we will be using. First is ftalk. So ftalk is used to generate a unique key. Okay, so as it is a common memory, to get an access to this common memory, it will require to have a key. Okay, so for example, say you have the locker room and you are storing your valuable information or valuable assets in this locker room. So to get access of this locker room, you need to have a key. And once you have a key, you can open this locker room and get the your valuable assets. So similarly, to have a common memory, you need to have a key, and to generate that key, the function used is the ftalk, and syntax of this function is key underscore t, which is a data type for the key. Then function name is ftalk, and the parameters provided here are constant character star path. So this will be the name of the file in which this key will be stored. So you have to give a path of that file in which the key will be stored and unique ID associated with that key. Okay, so this unique ID can be any integer value. Then next function is a SHM get. So SHM get function is used to create the shared memory. Okay, so its arguments are the key which is generated by ftalk function, then the size of the data that you want to read, and the SHM flag that you want to create a shared memory with. So upon successful completion, SHM get returns an identifier for the shared memory management. So this will return a identifier SHM ID for further attaching the shared memory to the process. So before you can use a shared memory segment, you have to attach the shared memory to a process. Yourself means to a process. So this is done by using a SHM-AT function. So it attaches the shared memory to the executing process. So the syntax for this function is void star SHM-AT integer SHM ID, which is written by this SHM get function. So SHM get function returns one ID. So that is given as argument to attach function. Then SHM address and SHM flag. These are the three parameters. Those are provided to attach function. So SHM ID is a shared memory ID, SHM address specifies a specific address to use, but we should set it to a 0 and OS will automatically choose the address. So either you can specify the address that you want, but as the memory is abstract to us, that means we don't have the implementation details of the memory. So those details are available with the operating system. So we will keep this task to operating system. That operating system will decide to which location that shared memory is required to be attached. Then SHMDT, like AT, attaches the shared memory. DT will detach the shared memory or remove the shared memory from the process. When you are done with the shared memory segment, your program should detach itself from it using the SHMDT. So once the use of shared memory is over, whatever the memory that is attached to that process should get removed or should get detached, and that is done by the SHMDT function. And its argument is only the address, and this address again we will be providing 0. So operating system will take care of providing the address. And finally, destroy the shared memory using the SHMCTL function. So SHMCTL function used to destroy the shared memory. When you detach from shared memory, it is not destroy. So to destroy the shared memory, use the SHMCTL function. SHMDT will only detach the shared memory from the attached process, but it will not get destroyed. In order to destroy this shared memory, you should use the SHMCTL function. So SHMDT and SHMCTL are optional functions that you should use in your program, but the standard practice is whenever you are attaching the memory, once work is done, you should detach it. And once work is done, the complete work is done for that shared memory, then you should destroy that shared memory so that that memory can be utilized for some other processes. So that is the standard practice that you should follow to use SHMDT and SHMCTL function as well. Okay, now let us start with the implementation part. So we will have two processes. One is writer process. So this one is the writer process, and this one is a reader process. Let us understand what mean by writer process and what is mean by reader process. So here for an example, we are considering this as a writer and this as a reader. Actually both processes can read and write a data at the same time, but to separate the functionalities, we have taken this as a writer process. Okay, so to import the interprocess communication library, we have included sys /ipc.h. Then to include the shared memory functions like ftalk, shmid, shmget, we have used the shared memory.h library, and for input output we have included the stdio.h function. Now first we have to create a key. So ftalk function will generate a key, and its syntax is key underscore t is a data type for a key. Then the name of the variable, we are using variable name as key, and name of the function ftalk. First argument is a path, so we are directly providing the name of the file. So this name of the file will be in the current working directory. Then the ID associated with that file. Okay, so two arguments required. So this ID you can give any a number, any random number, but whatever the number you are using in writer process, same number you should use in the reader process also. Okay, so we are studying the writer process right now. Now next function is to create a shared memory. And how to create a shared memory? By using a SHMGet function. So SHMGet function have three arguments. First is the key, then size of the data. Okay, now this you can provide depending on how much data that you want to write. Right now I have written this as a 1 KB of data, or 1024 bytes of data that I am about to write. Okay, so this can be a maximum value. If you write a data with lesser than that size, no problem. But if you are writing a data greater than this size, then there will be a problem. So write the maximum size of whatever data that you want to create. Then next, the mode. So 0666 means read and write mode. Read and write mode. So this you might be knowing about. We have studied the chmod command. So mode have these three kinds of the permission. Read have the number as 4, write have the number as 2, write have the number as 2, and execute have the number as 1. So we want to give the read and write access to the file. So that's why we are writing this as 4 plus 2. Read is 4, write is 2. So 4 plus 2 is 6. So 666 and pipe and IPC underscore create function. So this will create the shared memory. This will create the shared memory. So after creating the shared memory, you have to attach this shared memory to a process or currently executing process. That means we want to attach this shared memory to the writer process. So function to attach a shared memory is SHM80. Its arguments are SHM ID, which is written by SHM get function, and $I. So this is the address that we are about to provide. And third argument for SHM80 function is a flag. So we are providing a flag as a 0. So it is a shared among all the processes. And this function will return a character pointer. It will return a character pointer which we are reading in str. That means it will return a starting point of your shared memory. It will return a starting point of your shared memory. So wherever it is attached to the process. So we will require this pointer to write a data. We will require this pointer to write a data. Okay, so ask the user to write a data. So printf write a data. So user will enter some data and we will write that at the address of str. We will write that data at the address of str. So here we are using character pointer and here we are passing a value of as str to getS function. So whatever the user will enter the data, that will be stored into this str variable. And then simply print to check the data which is entered by the user is correct or not. So this will print, and finally we will detach from the shared memory. We will detach from the shared memory. Now observe here that we have not used the shmctl function which destroys the shared memory. We are not using the shmctl function, that is this, which destroys the shared memory. Why we are not using shmctl? Because the shared memory needs to exist, because reader have still not read the data. So let us check the reader process. Same, we are including the header files, then we are creating the key by using the same file and same ID, by using the same file name and same ID. So you can use any file name, but the file name should be same in the writer and the reader process, and the ID must be same. Then next, create a shared memory. So with this key and ID, it will create a shared memory. This is key, this is address, and this is a mode, read write mode. It will create a shared memory. Then it will attach this shared memory to a reader process using this SHM ID, then $0, which means default address that will be decided by operating system, and a flag that is 0, and it will return a character pointer. Okay, now we have to read a data. Data is already written by the writer process. Now we have to just read a data from str. So here we are printing data from shared memory is equals to %d and the name of the variable that is written by the SHM80 function. Okay, then after reading a data, detach the shared memory because we are done with reading a data, and finally destroy the shared memory also because our program is completed. First we will run this program, the user will write a data into shared memory, then we will run this program, and then we will read a data from shared memory. Then our task of shared memory is completed. So here we are destroying the shared memory. Okay, now let us run these programs. So first compile GCC, program name for the writer process is shmwriter.c, and we will create -o the writer file. Then we will similarly, okay, now this is giving the warning for getS function saying that it is a dangerous, so we will ignore this warning because we need to have a getS function to read a sentence. Now next, similarly compile the which program? Reader program, shm reader.c -o, create executable file as, or binary file as reader. Okay, now we have two files, a reader and a writer. Now execute a file by file. So first we will execute the writer file, and we will write a data that this message is from, or say hello from writer. Okay, so data written by a writer process is hello from a writer. Now we will try to execute the reader process ./reader and check the data read from memory is hello from a writer. So writer is writing hello from writer and reader is reading the same message. So this is done with the help of the SHM get SHM-AT function, ftalk SHM get SHM-AT function, to read and write data, to create a shared memory, to attach a shared memory, and then finally read a data or write a data into a shared memory. So remember three functions which are important: ftalk, which generates a key; SHM get, which creates a shared memory; and SHM-AT, which attaches a shared memory to currently executing process. And this is SHM-AT will return the starting pointer of a memory, and we can read a data from that starting pointer, or we can write a data to that starting pointer. Okay. So this is a shared memory inter-process communication. Thank you. Like, share and subscribe the channel.